Hey guys, welcome back. Tisha here, back for another Say What? I don't know what happened. I do not know what happened at the end there. Go ahead, do me a favor and hit the like button. Hopefully, your Say What was better than mine. Let's go back in time, shall we? She's treated you like dirt from the very beginning. That's the relationship you have with her. Okay, now I'm Robin. I'm leaning back in the chair, trying not to cry, right? Preventing the fake tears from falling out. And that's the reason why I'm angry. That's the reason I'm pissed off. It's because you never tried to have a really good relationship with these other people. And that's the reason why I'm pissed off. It's vomiting out of me because I've sat here with it just like, Christine, try and do this. You wanted to renegotiate a relationship with me, but you wouldn't even have a decent one with them. Always about the kids. Always. That's the easy part. Man, just like a knife in the kidneys. Oh. Over all these years and the sacrifices I've made to love you. Wasted. Accountability is what I've been asking for. And you are running away rather than being accountable. You're like, I'm divorced. I'm leaving. I'm done with you. You're out of my house. Instead of actually asking the relationships, working and trying. If you're not trying to be your best self in this relationship and in this family, then you're wasting your time. Marriage is a call, Christine. It's a call to be better than you are. Plural marriage is a higher call. I would have started laughing or walking away the moment that bald eagle tried to tell me what marriage was supposed to be. And Christine's response to all that venom was, hey, I never meant to treat anybody like crap. I never did. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. He wouldn't have gotten an apology out of me though, because you admitting that you're jealous about someone doesn't equate to Christine treating them like crap. But that's what he tried to do. And he spins the narrative and he disagrees. He said, but you did. And you admitted to it. And you couldn't correct it. And now we're sitting here with a broken family. And you're like the freaking Pied Piper. You're trying to take the kids with you. I'm repeating this to put a little context to the way Cody and his bird were acting in the most recent episode, trying to convince us that that whole scene and other things before didn't happen because they love changing the narrative. And he is here later on at the sprinkle in the most recent episode, expecting, as he's quoted, let me quote him and saying, a warm, friendly environment when he himself didn't create one. Cody, in my opinion, and you all tell me yours, is more upset about the things that he is losing rather than the people that he has lost. His disdain for his wives surpassed his supposed love for his kids. So he starts the premiere episode talking about, the loss of his one home. And I don't feel like he's really concerned about the loss of the one home. What I feel like is that he's struggling with the loss of the adoration that he feels like he once received from his family. He is not the center. The family isn't revolving around him anymore. He's talking about a lot of things, but not about what matters most, which is the love for his family. He is not thinking about the actual relationships with his children or his wives, because he's put in absolutely no effort, in my opinion, to repair it. So even though you're sitting there talking a good talk, it's falling upon deaf ear. Let's go back, all right? We've been shown clips of things like Isabel moving in this episode that we just saw. And rather than paying attention to the fact that his daughter is changing locations, she's probably changing colleges, she's moving to a different state, he's not taking note that he didn't realize she was moving. He's taking note of the fact that he himself should be helping. But not no, not what am I talking about? He's y'all know I don't do edit. He's talking about the fact that Janelle is helping when he himself should be helping. He's more concerned with talking junk about Janelle and Christine in that moment than he is in realizing that he's missing out on yet another moment where he could be there for his kid. Okay? He tossed his kids to the side like trash just because he could. So my question is, at what point does he realize that the common denominator is him? I went back and listened to the episode, and the way that Cody is playing the victim is mind blowing to me. I don't understand why we pick up this season with him being so hurt, so angry, so bitter, and supposedly so sad. The dream of the family is shot. It's over. Who am I without my family? The fact that he said that, do you really want us to believe, Cody, that you are not like understanding who you are? Like you're not maneuvering the same way you were when they were there? Because you're the same person that you've been from the moment that you all left Vegas, which is he's Robin's husband. He's disappointed about the state of his family when he did this to his family. He said, "This was our dream as a family." Was it? Because I don't really feel like Coyote Pass was the family's dream. I think he convinced them that it was the family's dream. And now, as a result of everything that's transpired, Coyote Pass is a source of pain for him. My question is that because it was a bad business deal? Is it because he didn't handle their finances correctly? Or is it because he knows that he isn't allowing the dream that his favorite wife wants to happen because he can't? So now you're on our screens wondering if the one home caused this. I need the bald eagle, Mr. Ramen Head himself, to watch this episode and others past. Listen. Matter of fact, TLC, make it easier for him. Show him a clip where he's saying some of the things that he's saying about his wife so he can get it. Listen as your ex-wives tell you that the problem came with you and how you treated their children. He's standing there on Coyote Pass with Perry Pooh and the flies on this property, upset because he did not fulfill his promise to his bird, which was to get that money, honey, and to secure that land. He said he's done so many things that got him, what were his words? Oh, that's right. Excommunicated from my own family. Problem is, he doesn't see what he's done. And at this point, I don't think he'll ever see it. He's the one who said he didn't want Mary, didn't love Janelle, went as far as calling her the Teflon Queen, wasn't attracted to Christine, but he married her in spite of that. Told the whole world when he saw his future wife, Christine, eating nachos, the sight of this chubby woman eating all those nachos upset his stomach, and all these other negative things, because he said a lot. Y'all can put some of them down below, because I was writing this during lunch, so I may have missed some things. And I'm just lost because he's allowed to say all these things. He's allowed not to protect his wives. He's allowed not to protect his children. He's allowed to dish it, but in essence, he can't take it. This is the man that courted Robin, a man who decided to go to see a woman that lived several hours away when he was broke. His wives were driving around on bald tires with multiple kids, a pregnant wife at home, and a supposed new show. This is the man that left Aspen, who was a child at the time, at night, putting her siblings in bed, but he didn't hesitate to get a nanny to assist the bird. A man who knew his wife was in labor, but just had to run back to get that kiss from the lady he was not yet married to. This is a man who left a newborn Truly and his other wives and children who were young for 11 days, I believe it was, to go on a honeymoon with the bird, the wife that needed all that time. When prior to, all his wives got before was a road trip for 2 to 3 days and staying in a motel or camping. This is the man that suggested that he and Mary have a baby. And after months of contemplation and seeing several doctors, when she finally agreed to it, he pulls the rug from under her and says he no longer wants to have a baby with her. Then that same man gladly has babies with Robin. Oh, yeah, that sounds better. This is the man that convinced his wives to uproot his kids so that they could get equity in their homes to follow one kid. A man who went months without seeing majority of his family, but tried to act like he missed them when he wasn't even willing to call or drive by to see them. This is the same man that, after not seeing several kids for several months, has the nerve to tell us that he cried after 10 days of not seeing Aurora. Did he cry when Truly almost died from kidney failure? Did he cry when his daughter was crying for him after having a major surgery? This is a man that refused to go to said daughter's surgery, then had the nerve to minimize it and say that it was a vacation. No, this is a man who openly favored Robin's kids over the others. He said his sons weren't following his COVID protocols because they just wanted to get their pencils wet. How can anyone say that about their children and live to say it again? Cody, you were talking about how they wanted to get their pencils wet. When I think he was projecting in that statement there, I think that Cody wanted to get his own pencil wet in Robin's crumpled cookie. Okay, it's not crumpled, it's just a cookie. The point is, he was projecting, in my opinion. He didn't check on his wife, Janelle, or her household when they got the vid, but he was prepared to move heaven and earth for the bird by rescuing her out of the grips of going to the ER. This is that same man who called Garrison a narcissist, telling Janelle that she needs to have a conversation with her boys and make sure that they talk to him and have an apology ready for him and Robin in order to spend the holidays together at all. When he should have been the one, in my opinion, apologizing for being a load of bird poo poo, making no effort on his end to have conversations with them. Cody wanted to kick them out. This is the man who at times compared his wives to panting dogs when he was the one who was doing all of the panting to his diesel Jean model. He lied, saying he wanted to get back together with Mary. Lied again, saying that the move to Flagstaff would be a fresh start for him and Mary. Oh, he said it would be a fresh start for him and Christine as well. Took money from all of the family to give to the bird, took pleasure in hurting Mary and embarrassing Mary because she embarrassed him, got mad at Christine, got mad that she didn't fall in line, and as a result decided that since she didn't want the one house, it was a problem. Even though Robin and Mary didn't want the one house either. He then took pleasure at the idea of throwing Christine under the bus when it came to her wanting to move back to Utah, and laughed as he told us he could imagine what that conversation was going to look like. This is a man who went to the wedding of his best friend during the pandemic, officiated, danced around without a mask with a whole bunch of random strangers, but shamed, complained, and punished everyone else around for what they did during the pandemic. This is the same man that wouldn't allow Truly, who was leaving, to hug the members of her family who she would no longer be seeing on a, I don't know, yearly basis. The day-to-day neglect and emotional abuse of the OG3 and their kids, the day-to-day favoritism of Robin and her kids, and all of that other crap that went on, and he just felt like it was supposed to be accepted. No one else's feelings matter to him but him and his bird. And I just sit here and I listen to him talk and say the things that he said, knowing how cruel he's been to Mary, knowing that he told her as well that he's not physically attracted to her, that the statements that he said at the sprinkle, that he can't fake this when he's seeing Christine, that there's so much animosity there is something that embarrasses him because it's very childish. That's the only thing that I agreed with, was that he was childish. First thing I agreed with in the entire episode. I feel like he has a lot of anger, but this is something that he wanted. And I just gave you some examples of how he had to have wanted it because of how he treated his family. Remember, they're the ones who can leave. He can't. So, in listening to this episode, this poor Cody episode, this ill attempt for TLC to have us feeling sorry for this individual, all I have to say is I don't care about his broken heart in regards to the loss of the family. I don't care about how he can't look in the mirror or that he can't be thankful for his family. Because at this point, at the time that this is being captured, all of his family is still living. And he was not making any attempts to rectify the situation. He took them for granted. Even the way that he was approaching them at the sprinkle was weird. These are your kids, and you're embracing them or talking to them like they're coworkers or people in the family that are distant relatives when they're your offspring. I don't understand it. I'm going to leave y'all with this comment made by Thompson Cindy 42. It's in regards to some of the stuff that happened in the last episode. Cody will definitely wake up one day. But here's the thing. Narcissists only wake up to how the situation has hurt them. He will never be able to really understand the harm that he put towards his children and ex-wives. He will moan, cry, be angry, all of the emotions, but only in the regard to how much he has done for them all and how they have disrespected and hurt him. He misses their money, their adoration, and their absolute bowing down to him in all caps. That is all. And I couldn't agree more. Thank you, Thompson Cindy 42 for your comment, because it perfectly sums up this. I gave y'all those examples because I wanted you guys to remember how we got here. Because in watching this episode and the way they're trying to make this be a poor Cody situation, I think that TLC is going to try to spin this so that we feel sorry for him. In this moment, at this time, when it comes to this, I don't feel sorry for him, because here he is trying to negate and trying to rewrite history like we don't remember all the things that happened prior to. And that's what I came up with in a little over 35 minutes while I was at lunch. What if I really sat back and investigated and watched previous episodes and came up with a list? I'm sure it would far exceed what I just said. Go ahead and let me know if you feel like it's a poor Cody situation or not. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video, it helps the channel. Until next time.